What's good? What's good? Say what? It's the one, the only, but what do I know? Boxing coming back at y'all with another one, man. Listen, so we got according to Caleb Plant, David Benavidez is trying to sue him for the having I guess buying his website. I don't know. I couldn't find the tweet, but shout out to Boxing Ego for posting this on Facebook. I'm friends with Boxing Ego on Facebook. So man, Boxing Ego, appreciate you for posting this, man. It says Caleb Plant stated, had lawyers trying to reach out about suing me because of the domain, go ahead and send another cease and desist letter like when y'all tried to send me one for mentioning cocaine. I'ma rip that right up and throw it in the trash because just like that time, y'all can't do ish. So these are the words from Caleb Plant, man. Listen, so you know what? I gotta talk about it, bro. I gotta talk about it. Now, I'm not so sure. I don't think anything is really gonna come about this because I don't necessarily think it's anything that David Benavidez can do if Caleb bought the website. So you know, it's legally his. So I don't really think that Caleb Plant can do. I mean, I don't think that David Benavidez, there's really nothing that he can do about it. You know, you just got to kind of take that on the chin or whatever. Another thing is, Caleb Plant said they tried to sue him for talking about how David Benavidez was doing that cocaine. But again, you know, Pacquiao tried to sue Mayweather for defamation of character when they was accusing Pacquiao of doing, you know, anti-doping. I mean, not anti-doping. If they were accusing Pacquiao for taking enhancement drugs or whatnot. So Pacquiao, you know, his team tried to sue Mayweather for that, but I don't think anything really came about that. You know, it definitely. I mean, this was before they even fought, and obviously it didn't have an impact on them making a fight. So I mean, I don't necessarily know how far David Benavidez is going to go along with this, but these are just more antics to get under David Benavidez's skin. It's obvious that that's what Caleb Plant is doing. Caleb Plant is trying to get under David Benavidez's skin. All right, and from what it looked like at the press conference, it looked like Caleb Plant is really there. Listen, we all know about the history and the backstory between these two, right? So we don't have to elaborate on that. But I will say I would be utterly surprised if this is true. If David Benavidez is trying to sue Caleb Plant for the whole www.davidbenavidez.com for purchasing his domain or whatnot, that'll be some shocking news. I mean, I just would think David Benavidez would rather just, you know, you know how David Benavidez says, I'm gonna beat the fucking living shit out of you. I just would think that's where that would go. But these are antics. That you know that are done. If you guys remember, 50 Cent, it was rumored. Now I don't know. I know you guys heard this, but it was saying that 50 Cent had purchased all of Ja Rule. Like Ja Rule had like a show at some college, and it might have been in New York. I don't know. But 50 Cent had bought up all the tickets, so nobody would go. You know what I'm saying? It's just little things that just little antics, man. Anything to keep your opponent upset. Now, do you think that David Benavidez will fight emotionally? We don't know. I mean, we won't know. The one thing I do know, I do love though, I feel like this. I feel like the weigh-in will tell us everything that we need to know. All right? I feel like the weigh-in will tell us everything that we need to know. That's why the weigh-in is so important. I just saw the Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury weigh-in today, and Tommy Fury just looked absurd. Like he went ballistic. It seemed like Jake Paul is all the way underneath his skin. Now that doesn't mean that the fight will play out in Jake Paul's favor, but it does tell you something, you know. So I'm pretty sure, you know, and off top you already know the fight week. Excuse me, y'all. Fight week. Fighters are already on edge anyways. And I know David Benavidez more so is on edge because he cuts a lot of weight. So, is this going to have an effect? Do you think this is going to have an effect on Caleb Plant's, on the fight with Caleb Plant versus David Benavidez? Me personally, I feel like David Benavidez has so much pent up aggression towards Caleb Plant that it's possible that he might like he might not be able to focus on the game plan in hand. You know, I was looking at some clips of I always study clips of fights that I'm very interested in, and it's a few things that I see as far as like David Benavidez, like a few mistakes or a few things that I see that he does that I feel like Caleb Plant will capitalize off of, and it's a few things I see that Caleb Plant does that David Benavidez is definitely going to capitalize off of. I do feel like when you're fighting, I don't know guys that I don't know any guys that I don't know how many of my family. Like I said, I don't call you guys subscribers. I call y'all family. We family. I don't know how many of you guys boxed before, but I noticed one thing I do notice about David Benavidez is once you start to throw your combinations, David Benavidez shells up. Like, not shells up in a scary way, but he'll shell up. What that does, and for a lot of you guys that don't know, when fighters, if you see fighters fighting, they have their lead hand out. What that does is that controls the distance. It's helping them control the distance, and it's keeping their opponent from just rushing in, right? But when you shell up the way David Benavidez does, when you throw a combination, it allows your opponent to get in on the inside and get off on combination. Now, what Caleb Plant loves to do is Caleb Plant loves to throw in. He'll start from the body. He'll go up top. He'll go in from the body. He'll come in, start from the body, pop, 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 then go up top, and then he'll spin off. And he'll spin off. He'll spin off on an angle. Sometimes ends up right behind his opponent or whatnot, which forces your opponent to have to reset and then adjust to Caleb Plant. All right. Now that's definitely something that I feel like, and more so Caleb Plant. I feel like once David Benavidez, because we know David Benavidez is going to be pretty much walking Caleb Plant down. Once Caleb Plant normally does that when he feels himself getting to the ropes. And the closer, and ironically, the closer David Benavidez opponents gets to the ropes, the more he starts to shell up to make sure, because I guess he sees it coming, feels it coming or whatnot, right? Now, one thing that Caleb Plant does, and this is just stuff that I seen, just touching on it because we got time today. I got time, But anyways, Caleb Plant does the Philly shell, right? He does the shoulder roll, not Philly shell, shoulder roll, whichever you want to call it. But the thing about Caleb Plant is he still gets caught with lead left hooks. Canelo caught him with a lot. Jose Benavidez. Jose Uzcategui caught him, and the thing that scares me about him going into the fight with David Benavidez is the fact that Canelo was catching him. Canelo is shorter than Caleb Plant, and he has a shorter reach than Caleb Plant. All right. When you in a shoulder roll against somebody that's taller, that definitely is not gonna really work. Somebody that has a longer reach, because what that does when you in a shoulder roll, all it takes is for like an overhand right, especially because you can't see it because David Benavidez is taller than Caleb Plant, and I believe he has a longer reach. So when you throw that overhand, like it's like when you're in a shoulder roll defense, you're more so sitting back, but the way you're subject to get hit by overhand, and in Caleb Plant's case, he gets hit by that hook a lot. And I think that's gonna be. I don't feel like he should be trying to do that shoulder roll defense against a David Benavidez. I mean, I just don't. I don't. But I'm sure that him and Breadman are gonna have a good game plan. I'm very interested. But the main thing with Caleb Plant that I'm more interested in, and y'all, this is just me having a boxing talk with y'all, bro. Like we just having a conversation, bro. But the main thing that I'm concerned about with Caleb Plant is we all know this. In every single fight that we've seen Caleb Plant go the distance in, Caleb Plant fades in the later rounds. Now, here's my thing though. I saw a post, somebody was like, well, Caleb Plant won 11 rounds with Canelo, so it's no way that David Benavidez is gonna knock him out. Wrong. Very wrong. Canelo is not as big as David Benavidez. Canelo's not as tall as David Benavidez, and we don't know if Canelo even punches as hard as David Benavidez. All right, when you're in there with somebody that, again, for my guys that box, that y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. It don't matter how good your defense is. When you are in there with somebody that's coming forward and taking your punches, that is wear and tear on you. That is wear and tear. Eventually, if you're getting tired, if you're allowing Canelo to walk you down, it's gonna be a whole nother thing with big old David Benavidez is coming. But again, who knows? Because it seems like Caleb Plant is living like all in David Benavidez's head. But we'll know fight week. I'll definitely be able to tell you something fight week. Let me know who you think is gonna win. Do you think Caleb Plant is in David Benavidez's head? My bad. Like, comment, subscribe. But what do I know?